there's much more to this story, but we'll tell you about that very shortly. We go to the line, and Divan Gupta will get this gold medal match underway for Canada.
Oh, super fast to start this big match. Confident first shot by Gupta. And they have the very experienced Crispin Duenas up next.
9 o'clock.
And solid stuff by the veteran. Canadians having a very nice flow in their first rotation. The first two going super fast really allows Eric Peters to take his time. Solid start by Canada. Some slight adjustment there by Jorge Enriquez. I think we're seeing these first arrows really the icebreaker, just shrugging off the nerves a little bit.
Yeah, tough for the 16-year-old Hernandez, but look at that, pops it into the 10.
The first one to shoot a 10 in this match, and we hear the local crowd. Canadians are shooting not only against these three archers, but the entire crowd.
And Colombia start the better with a 29 versus Canada's 27. It's a super fast shot, isn't it, from Gupta?
Yeah, he barely anchors and aims, but well, honestly, that can be really good. He's just got a very nice flow to it. Just decides where to aim, goes with it, and Crispin Duena is building up on that momentum. Canada having a recovery rotation here.
Good rhythm. Yep.
Perfect through the last three arrows. A 57 set by Canada. Bit of pressure on Colombia here. They can afford to drop a point and still take the set. Oh my goodness me. What happened there?
In his first shot, I already had the impression that he had a bit too much tension, which is totally normal. Such big stakes on home turf.
Well, the recovery rotation, as you called it, Bernardo. Set number 2. Colombia need to fight back straight away.
Solid shot by Jorge Enriquez. I still see some tension in him. He even, letting some of that out, screaming. It's totally understandable. Young 16-year-old Hernandez needs to keep up good performance by the team. When just out, I see some tension there as well. His release a bit too crisp, but Santiago Arcila has been super solid and consistent. It's crucial for him to shoot another 10 here.
Canada
Not the
will
beginning
sniff a
that they would have
big
wanted.
opportunity here.
Yes, big opportunity to have a very comfortable lead in this big match. Devang with his usual very fast shot. He's looking very comfortable here.
Yep, 9 points. Aim 9 left. Hit behind the pin.
Bit of a long hold there by Crispin Duenas, but it's good enough.
Got this.
Just a 9 by Peters will put them 1 point ahead.
Beauty. It's a 2-point lead for the Canadians at the halfway stage. They're already 2 set points to 0 up here. Colombia facing an uphill task. Jorge Enriquez on the shooting line.
Yeah, they will have to settle with that. Jorge Enriquez adjusting his sight as if the pressure wasn't enough. They have to react now, otherwise they will be in a very uncomfortable situation.
Painful. Another 8 from the 16-year-old. Coach doing his job, though, to keep him relaxed.
Definitely, it's not over until it's over. They have to fight until the end. And there was some hesitation there in the end. Some last moment bow arm movement by Arcila, dropping an 8. It's very likely that Team Colombia will have to fight the uphill battle to a shoot-off.
There's a bit of a mini meltdown going on the Mexican side of the shooting line. Canada trying to put it out of their minds. They've got to stay focused here. Crispin Duenas wants another crack at the Olympics. He's been to 4 already.
Sorry.
And he pushes
he
it
took too
well
long.
out.
Yeah, he lost some tension with his release there, took too long. Uncharacteristic mistake by him, and he is very hard on himself. We see him, he's clearly... That's good enough.
And it would be Argentina's Mario Jaja Rabia who would pick up the vacated spot. Colombia shooting first in the third must-win set, and a 10 for Jorge Enriquez. Gets a big fist pump from his teammates and a massive cheer from the crowd.
This is exactly what they need. He had a better flow and good direction with that shot. Exactly what Hernandez needs to do here. Dropping points in the same direction.
Yeah,
before he was shooting low left. Yes, definitely not easy being only 16 years old, but up to Arcila to still have a good start here. All of them slightly to the left. I wonder if it's the wind or just maybe even the light changing as the day goes on.
A little bit of a cry out from the crowd there. So sporting.
Oh, Crispin struggling. Taking long.
Seesawing on the clicker, and that's drifted out.
Great opportunity for Colombia. They can build up on this. I'm really surprised to see Crispin Duenas struggling this much. He's such an experienced and successful archer.
Solid though from Peters for a 25, but there is a sniff of an opportunity here for Colombia. Couple of 9s and a 10. Put this one to bed. There's a 9.
Oh, they have a very nice group there. Hopefully Hernandez adjusted his sight. If it's not the case, he can even perhaps aim 9 to the right a little bit. Same spot. You can't be affording to be making these mistakes at such a moment. Arcila needs a 10 here.
Gets the 9 for a 53. A gettable target for Canada. Can they seal their Olympic team qualification here in these 3 arrows? Devang Gupta on the shooting line. Not a super fast shot. 34 out of a possible 40.
Just need to do it simple. Hitting the 9. Oh, struggling again, Crispin, taking long.
Oh, that was all over the shot, wasn't it? And that's a 42. So the set has run away from Canada. Eric Peters with a rehearsal shot here for the next set, which is confirmed now. And he pops it into the 10 for a solid finish with a 52, plays 53 for the 4th and final regulation set. Can Colombia delight the home crowd? That'll do. Second 10 in a row to start a set.
Great solid stuff by Jorge Enriquez. Good direction to the shot. Up to young Hernandez to follow suit.
Better from him.
Wow. Great effort by him. His release wasn't good. We could see him losing some tension there, but it's great that it's inside the 9. And Arcila is back doing his thing.
And you can hear that crowd, can't you? They are absolutely behind the Colombian trio in front of them. Super fast Gupta.
Great stuff by Devang. He's not really hitting a lot of 10s, but it's great for his team that he's so solid in the 9. Up to Crispin to get back to the center now.
Good recovery from him.
Yeah, definitely. And that looked more like his usual shooting. Good stuff by Crispin.
And a solid group from Canada. Just a little left, a tiny bit low on the 10 ring, but a 27 for them. 2 behind at the halfway stage. Canada find themselves 2 Colombia.
Just out, but Jorge Enriquez keeping up the good direction he's been putting in his shots. Good stuff by him just outside.
Oh, he needed that. He absolutely needed that, the 16-year-old, and affords himself just a glimmer of a smile. A 10 to send this one into a shoot-off. It is a 10 for Arcia, a 58 compared to the 53 they shot in the last set, has put them back on parity with Canada. Doesn't matter what happens over these 3 arrows, but the key thing here, Bernardo, is Gupta, Duenas and Peters have a little rehearsal for the shoot-off.
Yes, and they had a very nice group in their first rotation. They have to build on that going to the shoot-off. But interesting, as you said, Karen, they can afford to have this 1 arrow practice before the all-important shoot-off. What a recovery by Colombia. This match is amazing.
So all 9s shoot-off time for gold at the Pan American Championships, with a place at Paris 2024 up for grabs. Gupta pops it into the 9 on the right for Canada. We go with score first after 3 arrows, and if all level, the closest to the center takes gold and a trip to Paris. Ooh, advantage Colombia.
Despite the initial struggles, Jorge Enriquez has been so solid in the 10 for the last few arrows. Crucial advantage here.
Another
taking long again.
here.
That seesaw.
Oh, it's gone out wide. And the hopes for Canada may have drifted away, as well as those for the Dutch nation watching on, I'm sure. But now the 16-year-old for Colombia found his form towards the end of the regulation sets, and he's into the 9. Still advantage Colombia.
He seemed to be struggling a little bit, but just like in his previous shots, it didn't matter. 9 is good enough.
Quick pop from Peters for a 25, but this is ready for Santiago Arcia. He confirmed an individual quota spot on Tuesday at the Olympic qualifier. Can he see his team over the line here at the Pan American Championships? Yes, he can. An absolutely brilliant performance from Santiago Arcia. Jorge Enriquez and Andreas Hernandez has secured a team quota spot for Paris 2024, along with the 2024 Pan American Championship title. Here we go in Colombia.
9-7-9.